Everybody's doing good. This is November 17th, 2017. I dreamed another strange dream last night. But first of all, I'm going to go back to February the 23rd, 2016. And, a topical overview. I was at my mother's house. We were eating pizza, in this dream, and there were several kinds, and it said daily airplane, and, it baffled me. And then when I sat down, after putting pizza, on a plate, in this dream from the first part of 2016, I prayed this prayer, and here it is. I prayed, Father, this is a big day. Lord, it's all wiped off. You told me all along this was coming. It's very terrible. It's all wiped off. This is this bombing. Amen. That was the prayer that I said over the pizza when I was eating pizza, and I've never dreamed about eating pizza before. And I had this dream on 2/23/2016, and the pizza box said Daily Airplane on it. I turned over a pizza slice on the back side. It said Daily Airplane real small. Well, let's jump to the sixth dream I had last night. It's unusual for me to even have that many dreams. I'll just read this. It mentions a father. You have the Father in heaven. You have the Father of this world, John 8:44. And, the one of this world is the one that applies to this dream. John 8:44. So I dreamed about, a place called Avondale. 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 And a voice said this, for the Clintons, and remember on the airplanes, the Mile High Club. Well, the Mile High Club, I'm not familiar with it. Don't even know what it is. That's why I think it's so weird that I would dream it. Because I'm not familiar with it. And it's a word. I think I might have heard it like one time 20 or 30 years ago, like back in the it was like back in the 80s, maybe the 90s. I might have heard Mile High Club. But that's all I know about it. It's not something that there would be any reason for me to dream. So this dream, and then I said, yeah, I remember the sex. It would start at a mile up, which was ritualistic, and the plane would take off, and when it got one statute mile high, 5,280 feet, is usually in a mile, they had their fun. So then a voice said this, with the children, the Jets and the Cessnas participated in this Mile High Club, whatever that is. And much of the Clinton fun was a mile up in the sky. And then a father said, remember, they all forgot about the Mile High Club. The dream changed, and I saw a clip. I was on a private jet. The dream just changed, is all I know. I think it was a Cessna Citation. And that was all I saw. I woke up. And I think that is very, very, very unusual. But I say nonetheless, there's one thing I do know. Isaiah 47, America, which is Mystery Babylon, that's 100%, has believed she's hidden her wickedness, which is, it mentions in Isaiah 47, she believed she was a lady and would stand forever, and nothing could bring her down in her pride. And America has not hidden her wickedness from a holy living God. He's seen it all. They got books up there in heaven, because he's shown me visions of heaven, and It was a real place, and hell is a real place. And hell is very unpleasant, and heaven is extremely pleasant. And they're extremes more than you can imagine. But America believes that she's hidden her wickedness, and God has not seen it. And this stuff's been hidden, and it'll be a lot of dismay when God, to a minute detail, brings it up in front of them face to face at judgment. Because He's got it all written down in books up in heaven. And most people would deny that those are even real, but they're real. And there's, like my life, there's books in heaven, talking about that. And I had a dream the other night that America's life was fixing to flash very rapidly before her face. And it was judgment time, and I dreamed that like 3 nights ago. Just remember that America has not hidden its wickedness from a holy living God, and it's eternal. And Jesus, anybody that repents, Jesus has an open invitation to let them in, and He shed His blood, to cover the sins, and that's for people that'll genuinely repent. And this is not a video that I enjoyed making, talking about that dream, but it's like, are you going to put, God first or your flesh first? And just think about that, and, and remember to ask yourself this question. God would want you to know the strategy of your enemy so you can appropriately pray to Jesus and specifically confess your needs. And He would want you to know the strategy of the enemy so you could properly resist him and ask Jesus to help you resist him. And that's why dreams like that, even though horribly unpleasant, are allowed. And I hope everybody else has better topics than that. That's very strange, very unusual for me to dream. Not normal at all.